Your brain is being dismantled. Maybe you feel like your brain is being dismantled. Maybe you remember a time when you used to be able to think more effectively than you do right now. You used to be able to sit for long hours of time completely engrossed in a book, studying and learning, and people used to think that was weird. Why do you need to study so much? Why do you need to read so much, Dr. Anderson? You know, it's kind of weird to be a female who wants to be that educated, right? Why aren't you putting on lipstick and trying to entertain male attention? Yes, male attention, yes. Well, there's time for both. Hi, my name is Whimsy, and we're going to have a conversation about what it's like to be an empath right now. And we're also gonna hopefully give you some tips. When I first started this channel, a lot of what we did was talk about politics. And at first it was fun, right? We all enjoyed it. But for many of us, we have seen a steady decrease in our brain function, right? So we have started to feel so overstimulated that maybe we start to feel like our brains are being dismantled. And then you have to ask yourself, when you do turn the social media off, and I hope you do take breaks, where does your brain go? Does it go back to the thing that you were watching on social media? Understand that the bodies that we have right now are not much different than the bodies of our ancestors thousands of years ago. There hasn't been a lot of change between now and a few thousand years ago. But what has changed in that time is the amount of stimulation that is coming in. So you have to ask yourself, is this good for your mental health? And if it's dismantling you, if it's dismantling your mental health, is this good for the planet? Is this good for you? Is this good for anybody else? Everybody who is feeling that way, know that you are not alone. Say when you were younger, you used to be able to concentrate for long periods of time on a book. And now you find you just don't have, I can't, everything is, I can't handle life. I can't, the simple things, I can't. I used to be such a good student. Now I can't even take a community college course. I wanted to take a photography course and I can't. Too much stimulation, too much of the outside world coming in and messing with us. And so what I would say to you is that the message I get internally for my own mental health, and which I would like to share with you, is that we all need to get back to the garden. That this planet will survive. That Gaia will survive. The songbirds need to come back again. They will come back again. Let's make sure that those domestic cats get spayed and neutered. If you're feeding a colony, make sure as many are rescued and taken off the streets as possible. We want to save our songbirds, right? We want to save the planet. But in order to be a functional person, and by the way, it's a blessing to be an empath. It's not a curse that you love and care about people. It's not a curse that you love and care about people more than they care about you. But You have a moral responsibility to take care of yourself. You have a moral responsibility to listen to yourself and to listen internally to that part of you that is saying, I'm crashing. The vitamins can only do so much, I hear you. I hear you in my office as a doctor I'm a naturopathic doctor and a health coach. And as a remote viewer who has had the privilege of reading for many of you, that I feel that we are overwhelmed. We are overwhelmed with too much stuff. Whatever you can do right now, pull back. Whatever you can do right now, pull back. It is a better use of your time to be in nature. If you have to live with other people, it's okay if you're the weird roommate that spends most of your time antisocial in your room. As long as you clean up your kitchen afterwards, right? That's the biggest complaint with me. I used to be a bit messy. I'm better. Whatever you have to do so that you have less stress, less economic stress, less stress on your body. But what I would also recommend is to pull back from stimulation or being pulled into the dramas of life. You do not need, nor are you helping the planet in any way by having cable news on 24/7. You have not contributed to the world in any way by having cable news on 24/7. You have contributed to the world if you love yourself enough to spend time in nature, if you pull back on your finances, if you live below your means, and if you understand that you have a priority to your own self-care. In that sense, yes, you have helped the world. First off, you'd be a nicer neighbor, you'd be a better grandparent, you would be a better partner, etc. And you would be happier. We are not changing the trajectory of our planet in any way by being stressed out and having the news cycle on 24/7. Here is what will make the world a better place. Taking care of yourself. If your brain is dismantling, that is a sign to you that you are overstimulated. That is a sign to you that you are spending too much time on social media. For those of us who make a living on social media, even we have to be careful about social media. All right, let's do the Empaths prayer. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together collectively we say Amen. So the main thing I pick up in myself and I want to convey to other people is that be about your business, child. If it is not your business, then it is time to pull back from that thing that is not your business. It's interesting that the base card coming to us at this time is, not surprisingly, the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is when you're in the clouds, when you have no idea what the hell is going on. Pipe dreams, when you don't know what to do. Sometimes in life, we are so stimulated, we are so overstimulated that we honestly don't know what to do. Instead, the universe would like you to pull back and just take care of the basics. Take care of your four walls. Make sure that your home is clean. Make sure that you're listening to good mantra music. Make sure that your air quality is good. Make sure that you are sleeping properly and not doing stimulants or alcohol or drugs or too much salt or caffeine, anything that's going to disturb your sleep. Get back to the basics. Focus on your retirement, but don't stress out about it. Do not stress out about your retirement. You'll work it out. So you have to go live in an area that's cheap. Wichita, Kansas is cheap. I was just looking at the prices, right? So focus on what you have to do to take care of yourself. Do not overstimulate yourself. Pull back from too many things. Too much stimulation is going to dismantle your brain, and it's going to prevent you from doing what you need to do in order to get your job done. There's one herb I would recommend everybody think about including more of, and that is green tea. Just simple green tea. I like the Genma chai. That is green tea with toasted brown rice in it. It gives it a nice toasty flavor. We always recommend green tea for most people because green tea is loaded with polyphenols, reduces your risk for many types of cancers because it helps keep the telomeres long and prevents their shortening, which can happen when we stress. Cell health and cell death, basically. So, eat right, take care of yourself, try to increase your consumption of green tea, and make a decision to master one thing. Only take on 2 or 3 things on your plate. I understand you may want to look at the news, but understand that it is deleterious to your health to spend too much time on the news. Be restful. Look at these cards. Your base card was complete confusion, howling, just completely out of it. And what your karma card is, focus on your passive income sources. Focus on your taking care of yourself. This is a card that has to do with rest, rejuvenation, and meditation, and that is your base card. Also, be patient and loving with yourself. Don't stress about what tomorrow is going to bring. Just focus on what you have to do right now. Understand also that you are building things slowly over time, every day a little bit. You're going to start feeling like the problem with social media is you start thinking that everybody is doing better than you are. Particularly these young people that are using 20 different makeup products. It's like $500 on your face a month. Good God. And they don't necessarily look better. Have you all looked at these TikTok videos where they've got to put this gloss on? What is that crap? It's like they shellac their face before they put the matte on, and then they've got 2 different mattes, and then they got the concealer, and then they've got the eyeliner, then they've got the eye powder stuff, and then they got the mascara, then they got the eyelash lengthening stuff, and then the eyebrows. I mean, I'm sorry, eyebrows are not supposed to look like that. Y'all look like you're clowns with them big eyebrows. I mean, there's natural eyebrows, and then there's, the clown effect. You're spending a fortune, and you look ridiculous. Okay? You're spending a fortune, and you look ridiculous. And if your skin is so bad, you got to use 3, 4 different mats, you should come to see me as a naturopath. It's probably food sensitivity, and I would start with removing dairy. I'm just saying, a great way not to spend $500 a month on concealer and matte is to just give up dairy. All right, and check yourself for polycystic ovarian syndrome. Just putting it out there. Pull back from social media. Take care of yourself. Take it one day at a time. No, everybody is not doing better than you. They're just faking it. Take control of your enemies. Just one thing at a time. Today I was feeling so overwhelmed. I got to tell you, I was feeling so overwhelmed that I got locked out of my web page, Dr. Whimsy web page, and I was so dismantled and stressed out because I made the mistake of looking at too many things and getting overstimulated. And as an empath, we can't do that. Honey, we can't do this. We cannot overstimulate ourselves like this. We're still thinking about what happened 30, 40 years ago. We're still upset about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? We're still, oh my God, those poor people, right? So we're emotionally all over the place already. So do not overwhelm yourself. Do not. The fall of Dresden, that there's another one. The point is this: the bad news, the stress, the suffering of the world, it will make you feel as if you have been dismantled. And then you start to think, well, they're trying to dismantle me. No, they're not trying to dismantle you. That is not what's happening here. It's just that everybody wants attention and everybody is trying to sell something. I'm trying to promote my business, but what I would encourage everybody on YouTube to do is to start thinking of, is your channel empowering others? Are you giving people information that's ultimately going to, oh my God, I feel like I got something out of that, right? So take the weapons of war away from your enemy. Sits in the 6th house. So this is also a message for you if you are an empath. Also, it's interesting, the past placement, 4 of Pentacles, which is pull back, pull back, pull back. It's like it's like the plane that's headed towards the mountain. Pull up, right? This kind of warning to pull back, to meditate. Here are your cards. You can see them here. Hopefully you can see them. I'm lifting it right there. So, yeah, I'm just holding the camera today because this was kind of on impulse. But the point I'm trying to make again is that if you're feeling that way, it's because you're overstimulated. Where you're at right now, also in a state of conflict, 5 of Wands. This feeling like there are worms in your brain. I'm just feeling like a lot of people are stressing out and overstimulated. The other thing that starts to happen is if you become overstimulated and you start to feel like the entire world is coming at you, you will become less kind. Because what starts to happen is you start rejecting everybody and everything. You're no longer open. Hopes and fears at this time, aggressive or predatory energy. The King of Wands is coming, right? It's like the weak animal that growls when it starts to feel vulnerable. And then the final outcome is King of Pentacles. Take care of your business. Shore up for a rainy day. Live simply. Make sure your house is order. Spend time in nature. Spend time meditating. Pull back from junk food. Get rid of the sugar in your house. Get rid of the drugs. The only be in nature. I'm not talking about your prescription for we're talking about recreational drug use and zoning out, smoking. This is zoning out with a joint and just, oh my God, the world is coming to an end. That's not helping you and it's not helping the planet. Even if it is habitual, you can change that pattern. And the final outcome is know that some of the changes that are happening in the world right now ultimately are a reset and a rebalancing. People can't afford beef right now. Good, they should get off of it. People can't afford pork right now and veal. Good, you should get off of it. Animal protein is rising in cost. Maybe now is the time to move away from animal protein and start to learn how to make black bean burgers. You boil the black beans, but get rid of the water. You want to get the water out. You can put it through a cauldron and strain it. The tip with black beans is you want to get the water out, right? And mix it with something that's binding. Like I don't know, brown rice or something. But the point is that you can bake it, you can fry it, you can do all kinds of things that are tasty and healthy. Reduce your salt, by the way. That's another reason for hypertension. Final outcome for us at this time to be mindful of is to recognize again that love is abundant. Ace of Cups, love is everywhere. If you decide to feed a crow and have a relationship with the crows, that can be really fun. Crows can be a great totems. They are wise, they are our friends, and there's a lot we can learn from the crow kingdom. There's a lot we can learn from rescuing and saving an animal's life. If you want more love in your life, save an animal's life. You're never going to know more love than the love you receive from a dog that's been rescued, that's facing their own execution. You can have love in your life. Um, there are many ways. Well, they won't let me have dogs in my house. Then get a cat, get a gerbil. You know, there are ways. There are ways to have love in your life, and the world can be a beautiful place. But the main message for people at this time to meditate on is we are getting overstimulated. It is affecting our health. And if you are having some of the symptoms that we talked about today, that is a warning to you to pull back and to get back to the garden. And you will be okay. And the way to become better is to not keep stressing out, glued to the TV about what tomorrow will bring, but to disengage and put your energy towards a happy present moment with self-care and building a beautiful tomorrow. All right, I want to thank you for watching this quick video from the Oracle of Whimsy. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And if you need to see me for a tarot card reading or a medical coaching consult, you can find all that information below by booking me through Booksy, and I'd love to work with you. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.